The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Toronto Raptors at Air Canada Centre. For Toronto, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And Andrew Wiggins from an athletic family. His father played in the NBA, his mother a world-class sprinter. You can see why they call the young Canadian Maple Jordan.
Oh, wow. That's a lofty praise for the young man. I've never heard that.
Jordan.
I never heard that, but he attacks the basket, well enough from the outside. He keeps the defenders off balance. He's developing faster than most expected, but he really has to work on his offensive game if he wants to be considered Maple Jordan.
You know, he has the ability to maple-tize anyone in the league. He finishes hard at the rim. Maple Jordan, I like that.
No, if it meets your approval, then we can run with it.
Pretty good.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Oh, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
We are in Toronto, Ontario, where the Raptors look to take one from a Western Conference team here at the Air Canada Centre. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
And so off the tip, it's Toronto. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the floor for San Antonio, Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Anderson. And it's Duncan in at the center position. A lot of comparisons have been made about Andrew Wiggins. Kobe Bryant, in fact, Clark went as far as to say that he sees a lot of himself in Wiggins as a player.
Ultimate compliment there. I mean, that's exactly what Kobe Bryant just gave him. Wiggins has the chance to reach that level, I think.
And here's Toronto. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Their shooting percentage in that game was ridiculous. I mean, they created a lot of good looks for themselves, and you could see they were in rhythm and just continued to knock them down.
And, guys, I thought the key was simply getting that ball side to side, reversing it, keeping pressure on the defense. That really opened up the court for them, and I think that's why they got so many good shots.
Here's Curry. San Antonio with the rebound. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance. And road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
Well, no way to argue it. Tim Duncan, Clark, has been a winner his whole career. He's sharp mentally, and he's got the great tenacity on the floor. Only the greats have those qualities.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think media members still underestimate his will to win. You don't do what he's done without a real laser-focused approach.
He hits the second from the line.
You know, interesting, guys, to illustrate Duncan and how he just wins. I mean, Spurs went 8-10 in December of 2014. That marked only the third losing month ever for Tim Duncan.
Back to Wiggins. Can't get it to go. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. Aldridge, the pass to Green. Now Duncan. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Philadelphia. 4 on the shot clock. Anderson with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins.
And that stat you said about Duncan and losing months says a lot about both him and his team. I mean, he has been the leader of this Spurs franchise since day one and deserves all the praise you can give him.
Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
There are a lot of big names to deal with in this one, but perhaps none bigger than LeBron James. He told me planning for LeBron is a headache because he can do so much on the floor, saying there isn't a hole in his game. The only real way to slow him down is to get him working against himself. Physically, there is no answer for LeBron.
Thank you, Doris. And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, a bit over eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back foul every time.
For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Parker against Curry. The offensive rebound. Raptors with the lead. LeBron dishes to DeRozan. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Hits the jumper in space. Wiggins has got his first basket.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge. Always.
Aldridge with a screen on Curry. Duncan left side. Puts it up from 15. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots and it can open up your whole game.
Inside. It's tipped. Wiggins kicks to Curry. Wiggins drives in. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Duncan with the screen for Parker. To the paint. And the rejection by LeBron. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Green, the screen. Anderson outside. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Aldridge. It's rebounded by Curry.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
At the elbow, it's James. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And again, it's Toronto converting.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Now the feed to Aldridge. He kicks it to Parker. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The San Antonio Spurs, a team that has had such a strong core and is so disciplined, Clark, it's hard to see them struggle, even think of them struggling, even on the road.
Well, you know, last season they did have trouble at times on the road, but 22-19, still not too bad.
Now, here's Parker. He's coming off a 13-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Here's Duncan. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Can't be any surprise to you that Tim Duncan, folks, last year became the leading rebounder of all active players, passed up Kevin Garnett for that honorable distinction. We're talking 15,000 rebounds total over 18 seasons.
Getting back to Duncan's rebounding, he's always had the great size and wingspan and timing, and he really positions himself well for those rebounds. But what seems to separate him is his quiet toughness. He'll never back down.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, he's not a guy that's going to yell or pump his fist. He's not going to flex his muscles to the crowd. He just silently assassinates you
well said.
out on the floor.
You're right. You're so right. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. The last year division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result, Clark, they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
And here is Parker, following the three-pointer by DeMar DeRozan. Green, nice D from DeRozan.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Curry passes to Valanciunas. He gives them a double-digit lead.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot. They were top 3 in the league in terms of taking care of the basketball.
And as you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins.
See the stats for Anderson. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
Green kicks to Parker. To the middle. Here's Aldridge. A second chance effort. Biyombo with the block. And they get it back. To the paint. And Wiggins gets it to go on the assist by Curry. 8 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Parker. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. The kick out to Aldridge. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Raptors leading by 9. Curry with it. Against the Lakers, he was really on his game. Passes it to Valanciunas. That is good.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Now, here's Parker from 10 feet out. The wide open look here for Aldridge. Aldridge can't get that one to fall.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Marjanovic, the shot is off. And here's Toronto. They're on a 20-7 run. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Again, Toronto.
They haven't been able to stifle them defensively here.
No, to the contrary. They haven't provided much resistance at all. And in this game, you've got to play both ends of the floor.
Biyombo with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. And the Raptors with some changes. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Booker comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Lowry in for Steph Curry. San Antonio also making some changes. David West, he's checked in for Aldridge. Ginobili comes in for Green, and it's Mills in for Parker. Here's Anderson, who's back up. Biyombo with the block. Here's Lowry. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Here's Wiggins. Toronto working the ball around now. And Ginobili pulls it down.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit. Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Toronto leading by 11. Now here is Lowry. Here's the screen. Olynyk in the corner. That's short off the rim. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
Here's Lowry after David West's bucket. And here is Olynyk. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
Well, there's no lack of range in this group. The leading three-point shooters among the ranks of the NBA's big men the last month. In the third spot, Kelly Olynyk.
You know, there was a time in the league when you wouldn't see a group of big guys like this, but the game has evolved. Versatility now is why we see so many bigs that can just flat out shoot it from anywhere.
And these guys are really incredible. I mean, on one trip, they give you points in the paint. On the next trip, they give you points behind the arc. Boy, talk about range and versatility in spades. You got it.
Now, here's Mills. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Ginobili kicks it to West. The 9-foot shot. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Now, Booker. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Ginobili against Lowry. To the inside. Here's Olynyk. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Raptors.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
The Spurs making a switch here. Diaw's checked in. And so Olynyk nails both of them. In the last few years, the Toronto fans have made a strong case for being the loudest in the league. And Greg, you know, the Air Canada Center can sound like a 60,000 capacity crowd during the playoffs.
It is really unreal. It gives the Raptors a huge advantage here at home. Toronto and Canada will always be hockey first, but they love their Raptors here in the North.
Spurs trail by 11. And Mills kicks to Anderson. Ginobili with a screen on Wiggins. Diaw, the screen. Anderson dishes to Diaw. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
You know, the Raptors were top 5 in attendance last season as well. I mean, fans had plenty to cheer about as the team finished with 27 home wins on the year.
I want everyone here in the Air Canada Center to give it up and cheer on your dance band.
past month, let's see how the Toronto Raptors fared in the NBA ranking. First in assists, first in field goal percentage, and they're also ranked #1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
And how about that assist rate? Great chemistry offensively, playing with one mind, if you will, all on the same page. That's special basketball we're witnessing here tonight.
Now here's Olynyk. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. We've got 1:23 left here in the first quarter. Mills with it, down low. Here's Diaw. And it's Biyombo with the rebound. Fast break Toronto. No good from Booker.
Boy, he blew the easy two by profiling, trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
Diaw with a wide open look. And the three off target.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open. Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Now here's Mills, right wing, all alone. And Diaw gets it to go. The assist by Mills. Raptors leading by 12. Lowry kicks to Olynyk. Feeds to Wiggins. The 11-footer. The rebound by Anderson. Ginobili outside. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. The Raptors out in front, up by 12. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. And DeMar DeRozan, the star for this Toronto Raptors team, bring them back. Let's face it, it's never easy for Toronto to get the attention that Clark, the U.S. teams get. That's just a fact of life that even Vince Carter at his best couldn't change.
And, you know, I don't even know if winning a championship would change that. Quite honestly, even if DeMar won the MVP. Just saying.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And, guys, the Raptors enjoying a nice lead here.
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
On the floor for San Antonio, Mills and Manu at the guards. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Green in at the three, the small forward.
And guys, in a draft with so many talented big men and lead guards, Booker was a bit of a hot commodity. One of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning quick release on his jump shot.
Second free throw, no good. And with Booker, you know, who is a Kentucky guy, he's a sharpshooter. Greg, you're talking about that. His dad actually played at the University of Missouri. He was a pretty good shooter. Clark, this Booker has a pretty good frame to work with, and I think that's going to serve him well in the NBA.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like his size. I like his stroke. I like his toughness. I think he's going to be better defensively than people think. He's got a lot of good stuff in his game already.
Spurs trail by 13. Pass to Green. Duncan kicks to Ginobili. Duncan with the screen for Ginobili. Back to Duncan. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
What a pass by the fearless Manu Ginobili. Great teamwork.
Curry's checked in for Booker. And San Antonio also making a switch. Tony Parker's checked in for Patty Mills. For San Antonio, they have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Screen by Duncan. Parker drives in, and the rejection by James.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Now here's DeRozan. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Lakers.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man. A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Parker against Curry. Got a piece of it. And stolen by James. Outside Curry. Down low. It's stolen by Duncan. Parker against Lowry. Aldridge with a screen on Lowry. Parker. Another miss by Parker.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Spurs trail by 15. He dishes it to Ginobili. Green, the screen. Aldridge, the pass to Parker. Back to Aldridge. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists in the game. Raptors leading by 13. Curry kicks to DeRozan. Curry, a screen on Ginobili. The shot by Lowry. Wide open. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this time out here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
And now let's bring up the numbers and show you the point guards with the highest assist rate over the past month. Second, Stephen Curry.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position. And that's not lost on these guys. It's all about making their teammates better.
I agree. I mean, their vision, their unselfishness, the connection they have with their teammates. It really adds up to a real wealth of understanding of what to do out there, and it makes them a special group.
Now here's Ginobili. His last outing, 16 points for him. Aldridge a screen. Clock at 6. Right at the free throw line. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Aldridge has got 4 points in the quarter.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Curry dishes to LeBron. And the shot is good. LeBron's got 6.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it? And listen, San Antonio is an older team, actually the oldest in the league last season. And because of injuries and days off, they didn't get to feel that preferred starting 5 a lot last year. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here's Parker. Outside Aldridge. And it's good in the assist by Parker. And that's now 9 points for Aldridge. Spurs only used their preferred lineup less than half the season, but still a strong campaign. 22 games played with the starting lineup of Parker, Green, Leonard, Duncan, and Splitter.
And, the Spurs will go on to use 23 different starting lineups, Kevin. That would be the 5th most in the NBA.
The Raptors making a switch here. Biyombo's checked in.
Bismack Biyombo.
Here's Parker. Outside Aldridge. He feeds it to Green. Aldridge a screen. Outside Ginobili. Toronto grabs the miss. They're getting their first look of the season at San Antonio in this one.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
Really easy to tell that this is an important game, Greg. I mean, I don't know if the crowd will get a chance to take a breath in this one.
Here's Parker. After the made shot from Kyle Lowry.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Raptors leading by 15. James a screen on Parker. Curry kicks to LeBron. DeRozan a good look. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's Parker. Biyombo with the block.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
That's good from Stephen Curry.
And Curry and his turnovers last year, a lot of it might have been getting used to a new system. But you can see he's also tightened up his play to reduce the giveaways.
And the Spurs making a change here. Anderson's checked in. And both free throws good for Curry.
You know, Curry knew turnovers were a problem. How about his mom even instituted a fine on him? And so anytime he has more than 3 in a game, he owes his mom $100 per turnover.
Now here's Anderson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's LeBron. Over to the left wing. Lowry drives in, makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Wiggins is checked in for Toronto. And San Antonio with the change here, too. West is checked in. Toronto leading by 21. A baseline J, and it's Wiggins missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's Parker. Here's Marjanovic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover, so valuable, especially for a guard, as we see 2 tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
At the line for
you know, and John Stockton, the only player to have cracked the 3,000 barrier in terms of career steals. You ask the fans about Stockton, and it's his passing they'll remember. But if you ask the players he's played up against, they'll tell you it's his defense that was just as sharp.
And he can't get the first one.
You know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they've peaked. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. What Popovich said last year, he feels it might actually be the case.
And the second free throw, good. You know, one thing about this San Antonio team, they just didn't go away last year. Pop himself said he felt they peaked in the 2014 finals.
You know, and you wonder if what Pop said is true. Spurs lost in the first round last year, and they'll be going through a lot of changes in the near future. And with the way they run that organization, they'll still be competing, I believe, for quite some time.
And he gets it to go. He's got 5.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
And DeRozan kicks to LeBron. The pass to Curry. High arcing shot. Here's Wiggins, plenty of space. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Curry against Parker. Here's Marjanovic. Anderson outside. And the wide open shot from Green. James has got 6 rebounds in the game.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Now here's Anderson after the miss from Stephen Curry. It's stolen by DeRozan. LeBron James on the wing. Takes the 13-footer and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Green passes to West. Anderson kicks to Green. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. San Antonio again missing. Raptors leading by 22. Outside Curry. There's the dish to Biyombo. Second chance shot. A three-pointer. Wiggins. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Pass to Parker. Here's Marjanovic. DeRozan defending. Here's Marjanovic. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the 76ers in Philadelphia. 3 on the clock. Biyombo with the block. On the wing, Wiggins. Plenty of space. Again, Wiggins missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Marjanovic. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Stephen Curry. Just an incredible month of basketball. Averaging about 18 points per, 11 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Olynyk, he's checked in for LeBron. And it's Booker in for DeMar DeRozan. Then for the Spurs, Boris Diaz checked in for West. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Good on the second free throw.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
But they get it back. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Nailed from three-point land. Wiggins has got 15.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Anderson dishes to Mills. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Greg, one thing about the Raptors last year, they made the moves they needed to in order to be sure to fix their bench, strengthen their bench. It showed on paper and in person.
Yeah, credit their front office. In 2014, they had a bottom 5 bench in terms of scoring. Last season, they flipped that, became a top 5 bench in terms of that scoring, and even had the 6th man of the year leading the way.
Lou Williams. .121 left in the first half. Dishes it to Diaw. Connects on the 17-footer. Diaw's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. 1:11 left now here in the second. Now here's Curry. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. And the dunk by Biyombo.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Here's Marjanovic, and the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Duncan, he's checked in for the Spurs. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. 50 seconds left in the first half. And here is Curry. They double-team Curry. Olynyk the pass to Booker. Wiggins against Duncan. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first
Very strong start to the career last year of Andrew Wiggins out of Kansas. Just 1 year with the Jayhawks. Came out strong early on, and Clarkey never slowed down.
Yeah, found his stride early and just kept strutting his stuff right to the tune of Rookie of the Year.
Well, Wiggins won the Roy last year, and really deservedly so. He was the early favorite to win it, led all rookies in scoring, and wasn't really close. Put up almost 17 points per game, and he shot the ball from the perimeter far better than most thought he would.
And both free throws good for Wiggins.
You know, for Wiggins, he was also the rookie leader in minutes played. He quickly became the go-to player for the Wolves, and no other rookie carried as much offensive responsibility as did Wiggins.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Diaw, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Diaw. And Diaw drops them both. Toronto leading by 21. Now Lowry. He's got 10. Kicks it to Valanciunas. Wiggins outside with 1 on the clock. Jump shot is good. Wiggins has got 19 points. And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. The Raptors out in front, just dominating this one. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
All right, Kevin, here with Tony Parker. And Tony, you guys have struggled offensively so far in this game. Why do you think it's been so tough to get into a groove here?
I don't know. We got a hard time to make a basket. Playing a very good team. They play with a lot of energy. So hopefully in the second half we can shoot a little bit better.
Tony, thank you. Kevin, nothing like seeing 2 Titans get after it.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Andrew Wiggins led the way in the first half. He ended up with 19 points and 3 rebounds. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they made good on it. Blocking out, competing hard in traffic. That's the way you should play on both ends of the court.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
On defense, they've been all over the place, especially when it comes time to protecting the rim. They struggle in a lot of areas, but they got to toughen up inside. It's a tough matchup for them right now, but that interior presence has to improve if they want to chip away at that deficit.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen.
How about Wiggins in this one? 19 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
And San Antonio shooting 38% going for them. Wiggins is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Curry in at the point guard. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside. And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Curry against Parker. He kicks it to Duncan. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Duncan's got 8.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
Wiggins outside. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Good! And it's 6 points now for Valanciunas.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Valanciunas has gotten all 3 of his shots to fall for him. 3 for 3. Parker drives in. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got his 4th rebound with the...
Wiggins!
It's a beautiful jam.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Now, here's Parker. The feed to Duncan. And it's good off the back rim and in. Duncan's got 10 points in the game.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Left side, DeRozan. A fader. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. It's not really a surprise at this point, but the Spurs were in the playoffs last year. 18th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, and they weren't in that usual top 3 spot, though. Although had they won the last game, instead of being the 6th, they would have been the 2nd.
Right.
Didn't have that home court advantage, and as they went up against the Clippers, it really cost them in that 7th game. Now
here's Curry following the miss by LaMarcus Aldridge. It's Curry with the drive. Nice shot by James.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
I want everyone here, Canada Center, to give it up and cheer on your dance pad.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Tim Duncan. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the 4th quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. 5 to shoot. It's Anderson with the drive. No good. And Toronto will go the other way with it.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backboard.
Now here's Wiggins. He's got 21. The floater. It's stolen by Duncan. Green kicks to Parker. Inside, Aldridge. Nice D from Valanciunas.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Here's Wiggins. That one off the back iron and out. The Spurs have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Anderson dishes to Duncan. Passes to Parker. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Toronto, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. DeRozan with it. 16 points for him. Outside Curry. James left side. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
It's really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
David West, he's checked in for the Spurs. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Raptors?
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
And guys, I think you've got to give them credit for the number of steals they've taken away. I mean, a lot of effort on the defense from them tonight.
Parker's shot is off. And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
And that one's good. Parker.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year it before, but he cut down on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage to a career-high 57%, and that, my friends, is improved efficiency. Check out the numbers for Jonas Valanciunas. First in shooting percentage, and he's truly a force around the rim, ranking among the top 5 in rebounds per game.
Yeah, and you're right. He's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot.
Outside Curry. And it's sent back by Aldridge. Parker against Wiggins. Parker passes to Green. Offline with his 3. Toronto's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. They get it back. And San Antonio shooting is leaving something to be desired, just 36% here in the third quarter. Aldridge against James. West kicks to Green. Here's Aldridge. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Curry with a wide-open look. Curry with another miss.
Well, he's gone without a field goal, and that certainly is below par for him. His team has still found a way to get it done.
Here's Parker. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Aldridge with a screen on Curry. And stolen by Wiggins. Here's DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. 18 points for DeMar DeRozan.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
And Parker, here we go. And it's Parker again missing.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
Anderson against James. It's stolen by West. And now running up the court, West pushing it up. That's good. And it's 6 points for Parker.
And a nice 1-2 punch there, guys. Great defensive play and great basket in transition.
Aggressive play, attacking basketball, on the attack, full throttle. I love it.
Now here's James. He's got 13. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
That's his first personal
And the
foul.
thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. I mean, every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing, not to mention also their basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
Well, talking about the strength of LeBron now, we saw Michael Jordan do this too. It didn't. They paid a lot of attention to their body as they got older, and thus they became more sculpted. They looked more physical.
Exactly. Leaned up and altered their games a bit. Not nearly as high flying, but just as potent and as effective.
And the second free throw, good.
And you just look back over the career of LeBron, and you have to say he's an all-time great already. I mean, the numbers are there, the multiple championships, some already calling him the best small forward to ever play the game.
Shots good from West.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's James. 14 points for him. Feeds to Olynyk. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Boris Diaw. And you just look at LeBron, Clark, in a historical context. Last season, he became the first player since Bill Russell and his Celtics to make it to the NBA Finals 5 consecutive years.
Boy, I tell you what, this says even more about LeBron, that whenever he leaves a team, they miss the playoffs. And no matter what team he's on, they're favorites to win their conference.
And the first one drops.
A good game for Olynyk. He's got 8 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
And you've got to take care of business at the free throw line, not just getting there, but converting.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Diaw. 8 points for him. Inside, here's West. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Valanciunas sets a screen for LeBron. Right wing. The drive by Lowry. That's good. Lowry's got 12 in the game.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
There's the screen. Here's Marjanovic. Lowry covering. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Stripped it away. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. And now let's take a look at the number of second chance points these teams have had over the last month. These guys never give up on a possession. 5th, the Raptors.
And they've really put an emphasis on offensive rebounding. And guys, it's paying off. The second chance points are coming in bunches.
Now here's Booker, covered by Mills. Valanciunas dishes to Lowry. Just 5 to shoot. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lowry's got 14 points for the game.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Wow, that is just pretty right there. What a find for his teammate at the rim.
Mills passes to Ginobili. Picked by West. Pass to Mills. A 3-ball. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Ginobili's got 5 assists in the game. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. The drive by James. West with some nice D. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Ginobili, and it's LeBron James with the rebound.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Well, the one word you can use to describe the Raptors postseason last year, disaster. I mean, Greg, nothing went right for them.
Yeah, I mean, after that great regular season, they were completely just manhandled by the Wizards, swept out of the first round in 4 straight.
Now, here's Lowry, following the miss by David West. It's stolen. And there's the pass to Ginobili. And the rejection by Valanciunas. 4-on-3 break. Inside, Olynyk makes it off the glass. Olynyk's got 10 points in the game.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
There's 48 seconds left in the third. The dish to Diaw. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 10 points for him.
Just the shot they wanted. Point-blank range.
James against West. James kicks to Lowry. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got his 6th assist on the night.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range, so I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Now here's Mills. 8 points for him. He used that pick to get in close.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
James outside. Right side Lowry. Hits it from three-point range. Lowry's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And we're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Raptors running away with it. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Toronto's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. The ageless ones, Diaw and Duncan, are down low. Miller is out there with Martin. And it's Simmons in at the 3 slot. Lynn's shot is off.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Now, here is Miller. 6 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. And it's Diaw weighing it in. Diaw's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Spurs. Lynn against Miller. Lynn dishes to Ross. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Miller, the pass to Simmons. Outside Martin. And it's Miller. It's off the key. Duncan at the elbow from 15 feet away. And the shot no good. A bit short.
A little ambitious on that possession. Trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Here's Biyombo. Makes it off the glass.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
That's good.
That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, you got to love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul, and he's on his way to the free throw line.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And Toronto making a change here. Smart's checked in.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in-depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league.
And with the ads on the jerseys, it isn't something that would sit well with the fans probably, but around the globe, almost every other league in the world has ads on their jerseys.
You know, the NBA has shown that they're willing to try new things with jerseys, much like they've looked at other issues. It started with the sleeve jerseys, and advertisements is just another area they're exploring.
And it's Miller penetrating, and he gets it to go.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Olynyk following the basket by Andre Miller. And then Biyombo with the dunk.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
Smart kicks to Lynn. Can't cash in from close range.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Simmons dishes to Miller. He feeds it to Simmons. Out to Duncan. Just 5 to shoot. Kevin Martin on the wing. And that one's on target from the wing.
It's amazing how Martin makes shots like that look so simple.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Ross with a screen on Miller. Olynyk sets a screen for Lynn.
And guys, something new for the NBA is the HGH testing that's been put in place. It's something the league hasn't had too many issues with or even accusations, but better to stamp it out early. And hard to argue that it should be in place.
Here's Simmons after the Raptors pick up 2. Duncan, a screen, and it's Miller penetrating. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist from Miller. And that's 12 points for Tim Duncan.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Lynn. They set the pick. He dishes it to Olynyk. Shoots from the elbow. The shot misses. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Over in the corner, Diaw. Toronto grabs the miss. Pass to Lynn. Ross in the corner. Lots of room. Can't get it to go.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Simmons passes to Miller. Dishes it to Duncan. Kicks to Simmons. And it's Lynn with the rebound. Toronto, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field.
You know, another point of contention between every NBA fan is whether or not the age restriction is a good thing. Some want it increased, others want it gone altogether. You know, for me, it's a matter of whether or not you as a team feel that that player can make an impact on your roster.
Miller kicks to Duncan. Lets it go from 11. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Now the feed to Ross. He kicks it to Olynyk. There's the screen. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. And there are arguments, Clark, on both sides for the NBA and the age restriction it has currently right now. Having one seems to have helped the level of play overall, but I think there's some improvements that can be made.
Yeah, with the D-League coming into its own, though, Kevin, the discussion has opened up again. NBA teams used to not have a place for high school players. The D-League could serve in that regard now, but having a restriction is something that I think has helped the NBA. I actually would like to see it be 20 years old.
Me too.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And, Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Now here's Lynn. To the left wing, the tray, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
The Spurs have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Lynn against Miller. Biyombo with the block. Outside, Lynn. They set the pick. Out to the right wing. Olynyk sets a screen for Lynn. Here's Smart. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. The Spurs shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. Martin against Lynn. Martin inside. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And guys, every season there seems to be a player who is at the end of their contract. They'll have talent and they'll be traded to a team looking for an extra piece. It's the ultimate risk-reward move, if you will, in the NBA.
And trading assets for a player that can walk at the end of the year is the big risk GMs take. And last season, Clark, it happened with the Rondo trade.
And to a lesser extent, the whole Kevin Love deal made prior to the season would fit into that category as well.
Booker, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. Both free throws good from Kevin Martin. For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore, though.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though, Kevin, because now most people look at the Spurs as one of the more exciting brands of basketball in our league. Just watching one game of them, and now you know that is the case.
And the Spurs with possession here. The Raptors getting the bucket, and the basket good.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Now here's Smart. From 8. And again, it's Toronto converting.
You know, for the Spurs playing up tempo, I mean, they made that adjustment several years back, to their credit. Since then, they've been one of the more up-tempo and offensive-minded teams in the league.
Olynyk with the steal. Outside, Lynn. A nice shot by Booker.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Clearly, they've been outclassed in the paint, really at both ends of the floor. And some stats to kind of back up the Spurs playing that up-tempo style. They led the league last year in distance traveled as a team. Their players would cover almost 18 miles per game played. That tells you there's tremendous ball movement, but more importantly, body movement.
Here's Lynn after the basket by San Antonio. Olynyk dishes to Smart. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Boris Diaw. Marcus Smart was drafted to the Celtics as their future point guard. He came in with a lot of work to do and a skill set that people really like. But his first season, Clark, was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it really was. He was an off guard in high school and in his first year of college as well. Really only played full-time at the point the year before he was drafted.
First free throw.
And for Smart, though, he still has a lot of work to do on his ball handling and passing. His shooting, I think, exceeded some people's expectations. 37% from the field last year was subpar, but his 34% accuracy from 3 was solid. He finally started going straight up on his jumper instead of leaning in, and his release looked money.
You know, you talk about Smart's lackluster field goal percentage. Once he gets more comfortable with his ball handling and adjusts to the length in the NBA, I think he'll convert more at the basket. That'll also create more drive and dish chances for him as well.
That drops.
Patty Mills. Assist from
1:58 left in the game.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
Here's Simmons, defended by Booker. Here's Diaw. Off target with his 3.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his makes in the last quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Raptors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance, Clark. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And guys, being in opposite conferences, these teams only meet twice a year. And when it's been a while since you've seen a team like this, It always feels good to take the first game of the season series, and that's exactly what's taking place here tonight against the Spurs.
No surprise here, just a big-time performance for James. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
There are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon.
San Antonio with the ball after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And they're clearly finishing strong here, but not enough time to pull it out.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to end on a high note. Too bad this run didn't develop sooner for them.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. LeBron, what have you discovered defensively that enabled you to win this ball game?
I mean, well, they broke us down still off the bounce. We want to do a better job of trying to keep our chest in front of them, but we did a really good job of contesting their shots, and it allowed us to get on the boards and get rebounds.
Perhaps not perfect, LeBron, but certainly good enough. Thank you so much. Kev, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
His work distributing the basketball was tremendous. Always had his head up, looking to create easy shots for his teammates. It motivates your team when a guy's passing like that. Makes them run lanes faster, cut to the basketball faster, and then that results in success.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.